My fault. Just messed that whole thing up, man. I don't even know if I can get it back. Hopefully, I can. But again, this whole episode is about showing and proving, and was talking about the conspiracies that are. This whole episode is about showing and proving, and we were talking about the conspiracies, right? So in the end, you know, we were talking about how all y'all believe this shit is a myth. Like everything that go on around you is a myth, and people just be talking and talking. But in the end, this shit is reality. And the fact of the matter is, everybody's like an ostrich, right? Most of the people that you walk by in the streets is like an ostrich. They just want to hide their head in the sand. They don't want to know. They're just trying to get from Monday to motherfucking Friday, so they can have a little bit of peace of mind on Saturday. But then by the time Saturday night come along, they realize they're more miserable than they thought because it's not enough. So the reality is, like in the year 2020, like I said, what are you going to do? How are you going to show and prove? What are you going to do with all this information you have at your hands? Right? It's right in your hands. What are you going to do with it? Man, I'm hoping we, to to a degree, a lot of us are really running out of time, and it's just a fact because a lot of cats is stuck with this 1970, 1980, 1990 mentality. Those years are dead and gone. The part of the plan of the elite for those decades came and went. Now, as you can see the writing on the wall, you are in what they call a new world order. Everything around you is changing, right? To the point where they're telling you you're not allowed to go from state to state. That shit ain't happened since back when we were just colonies over here. You hear what I'm saying? And each state was like its own independent country. And that's what it's coming to right again. But see, I got a brother who speaks on that all the time. He always, shout out to Pete. He always talk about the damn real ID, real ID, real ID. You know what I'm saying? But all bullshit aside, cats be laughing. But to some degree, he be right. Because you never knew how they was going to implement the plan, right? Nobody knows because you're not in those fucking rooms. But the shit is coming to fruition, right? So now you need some type of ID, or you need something that says you can come from North Carolina to New York. Oh, but if you come to New York, you got to quarantine for 14 days. Yeah, that's only some people. Everybody ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people that went up there recently and went straight on through and went and did whatever the fuck they did and left. You see what I'm saying? But the point of the matter is they're doing a test run. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you get a computer software, you get the beta program first, right? So right now in this new world order, we in the beta part. So what happens when they roll out their real shit? See, most of you motherfuckers can't even deal with sitting at home by yourself all day or with the person that you supposedly love. That's just real. Let's keep it a buck. Motherfuckers don't even like themselves. You know what I'm saying? So how can you really show and prove and be prepared for what's coming next? You see what I'm saying? And what happens if they go ahead and do like they had started when they was forcing people to be in the house, right? That was a dry run for martial law, motherfucker. Where you been at? Oh, that's conspiracy talk. But now you live it, and then y'all walk around and sit outside. This is crazy. This is crazy. I can't believe it. You can't believe it because you watch the idiot box all day. You don't listen to the radio. You don't read no books. You don't read no newspaper. You just fuck that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You gonna be mad, but I'm gonna let you be mad. If you all like fuck that shit and you ain't worried about it, please stay the fuck away from me. I don't want you around me. I don't want you around anybody in my circle. I don't, what I'm saying, anybody that I really fuck with. Because you are the bad apple. You will fuck it up for the people that are trying to survive this shit. Because I'm telling you, this shit, it appears to get worse before it's going to get better. I'm going to think it's alright. But if you pay attention to Wall Street, the motherfucking economy is crashing. There's jobs that went away in just a couple of months that's been around for years, for decades, that are never coming back. And then most of these people out here that don't have any type of career skills, no real tangible skills to make a living, you know what I'm saying, to support themselves or their family, what are you going to do? You see what I'm saying? And then you got to think about it like this. Most of us are working, making damn near minimum wage. Now, we all know you can't survive off minimum wage, even if they try to up this shit to like $12, $13. Here's a fun fact. In 50 states in the United States of America, in order to afford a two-bedroom apartment in the slums, you got to make at least $17 a day. You understand what I'm talking about? They actually did a study on this shit. They did a study on it, and it was in the newspaper, just like everything else is in the newspaper. Like the fact that if you live in that motherfucker slum area code, they're gonna charge you double or triple the car insurance or everything else because you live over there. And their reason is, well, it's a high crime rate over there. Well, the reason it's a high crime rate over there because less motherfuckers got jobs. A lot of people need to eat. They need to feed their family. But we don't deal with rationale. You know what I'm saying? And the illest part is we've been in this situation for so long that we became an emotional group of people. And then everybody get hung up on, each person's individuality, right? To the point where we talk so much shit about a person being an individual that you basically shame that motherfucker into becoming a drone like everybody else. I think I told you before that when y'all motherfuckers all walk alike, dress alike, and talk alike, you become the walking dead. They are making fun of you. And then they put the shit on TV and have you watch it and make it a fucking #1 hit show. But hello, you too slow to even see when they talking about you. The whole point of the movie The Matrix was the Walking Dead shit. Everybody got an iPhone. Everybody listens to the same music. Everybody wears the same shirt. Everybody got the same sneakers. You gotta have your polo and your J's. Everybody's talking about that. Now everybody's breaking their neck for Balenciaga. First of all, I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with you. I said to myself, I'm not wearing no more Italian designers. Why? Because they don't do shit for motherfuckers like me. Right? And to keep it all the way 100 with you again, Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out just got canceled and kicked off the air. They said because he made anti-Semitic comments. No, he ain't make anti-Semitic comments. Basically, he told it like it is. For many generations, you know what I'm saying, the wannabes, you know what I mean, have stood real close to us because we are creative people. We are God's people. We are the chosen people of the universe. Not just this planet, the universe. But you can dig into that another time, you know what I'm saying, because I don't think you're ready. But of the universe. Who can you give a rock to and the motherfucker can make gold out of it? They call it alchemy. You know what I'm saying? That's metaphysics. Who are the metaphysical? We are. Right? So they stand close to you and set up everything around you so that you have to run through them. Why? So they can reap the benefit of your harvest. That's almost like everything you do, whether it's music, some type of business, you know what I'm saying? Anything. It's like you're a sharecropper on their land. Because in the end, even though you did all the work, you got to give them most of the crop. And you take just a little bit to survive. You know what I mean? Well, I know that might be too much for you. But at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. So at the end of the day, what are you going to do? I want to start my own business. When? You know what I'm saying? When? What kind of business? Are we going to oversaturate another market again? Like everybody wants to do this exact same thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna buy and flip houses, bro. You could do it, but most of us still have a crab nigga mentality where we're trying to pull each other down instead of uplift each other because it's easy to do a co-op, right? But in the end, we are some damaged people who don't trust each other. Shit, we damn near don't even trust ourselves. And when it comes to making money, unless somebody's fucking handing you something, most of us will come up with 50 million excuses why we can't do it. Oh man, I can't do it. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Fuck that. If I say, yo, we're gonna go ahead and put it's gonna be 12 of us, right? And we're gonna go invest in something. I don't got the money. You already know. First 5 minutes, at least 5 people gonna hop up and talk. I ain't got the money. First of all, That's we talk before we listen. Second of all, I'm gonna have to cut those 5 people out. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, you don't have to do it overnight. You can take $50 a week and put it up for 7 months. That's just one person, right? So after 7 months, you have that to put in with 10 other people, and now you have buy-in on something, right? But during that 7 months, you're not just saving your money; you're doing all the background, and you're doing all the legal footwork, right? So you can go ahead and make this a real entity. Because if you don't understand, these people treat businesses and animals better than they treat you. So if you're still sitting around complaining, thinking that somebody about to hop out here with a fucking cape and save you, when you begin your ass whooped, you've been getting thrown out your house, landlords cut off the water and the heat, and don't fix shit, and you just been being treated like shit. You know what I'm saying? Again, 2020 means clear vision. So what are you going to do? Hopefully, man, this is something that can this is an episode that can wake you up and make you start thinking wherever you at. You know what I mean? Start thinking long range, because I'm telling you, you don't plan tomorrow, you plan to fail. You know what I mean? And we really gotta wake the fuck up, because it's an energy shift going. It's an energy shift going on around the planet, and some of me and my air likes, we be chopping it up, and it's like, look, people are getting to the point where they're tired of looking out for the next person, because if it comes down to a dog eat dog world, and you know what I'm saying, as my Bible thumper say, God bless the child that got his own. You ain't got yours, you shit out of luck, homie. You know what I'm saying? It can really turn into like a real live purge situation, because you need something to eat, And I ain't gonna front, I ain't no saint. I've been there, you know what I'm saying? Ribs touching, you just ready for whatever. But at the same time, you know, a lot it ain't like back in the days, man. A lot more people holding, a lot more people are willing to, to fight for this, you know what I'm saying? But some of y'all ain't. But at the end of the day, why would you ever let it come to that? Especially if you are a person with a family, man or woman, you know what I'm saying? You gotta protect your family, and you gotta do what's in the best interest of your family. And if you think, the short term is going to hold on forever, then you short. You know what I'm saying? And sorry to break it to you, man, but you planning to fail right there. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like this shit. I remember about 5 years ago. No, it was more than 5 years ago. I remember back in '06, cats was looking crazy, and it was a lot of murders popped off back then, because ain't nobody had shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to survive. You was like me, you looking at your seed and you like, damn, I gotta feed them. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get us a place to stay. You need clothes, you need this, you need that. Just the basic bare necessities. So all that other bullshit really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Now, right now, I will give you some solutions before I let you go. The real estate market is probably the lowest it's ever been in American history. You know what I mean? The interest rate is low as hell. People are not buying houses because they're not sure if they're going to have a job next month. So if you could start a co-op and buy up your whole neighborhood, buy the block for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a joke. You the neighborhood dope man, you sitting on a couple, you know what I mean? Buy the neighborhood. It's an easy way to clean up your money. Easy way to clean up your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Think long range, man. Like, I remember a couple of us years ago were talking about buying a strip mall. It was so hard to buy a strip mall because they didn't want your black ass to own it. You know what I mean? As original indigenous people, they don't want you to own shit. They just need you to feel less than, because it drives the economy, right? But as we learn to come together, you know what I mean? And it can't be all of us, because a lot of us is, they still sleep. They still plugged into the matrix. I'm talking about those who understand or overstand or plugged in, tapped in, who are aware and just need a little nudging. Invest in something, man. Give a damn if it's just a car wash business, or fruit stand, a taco stand. I don't give a damn what you do. Take your money and flip your money, because we are natural hustlers, we are natural grinders, we are natural builders. So you need to take that excess energy and stop sitting on it, because the time is really now. Even if it doesn't really bear fruit, excuse me, even if it doesn't really bear fruit right off the bat, it'll bear fruit for you soon enough. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to keep going at it, because we need more than one stream of income if this coronavirus has taught you anything. So, you know what I mean? Like I say all the time, I don't have all the answers, but I hope you learn something, and I hope we continue to grow together. It's your brother Tariq, man. Peace and love. 100.